You know that feeling, right? That sinking sensation when you're jumping between a dozen different apps just trying to find one simple piece of information? Well, you're definitely not alone. In this explainer, we're going to untangle that digital mess. We'll show you exactly how to build a single, reliable source of truth for your entire business. So let's dive in.
No, really, go ahead and take a peek. If you need more than one hand to count them, you're in good company. This is just the daily reality for so many of us, right? We're living in this sea of open tabs, and every single one is a different system, a different piece of a puzzle. But this digital clutter, it isn't just annoying, it has a very real cost.
And here it is, 12 hours. That's the average time that every single employee wastes every single month just from doing what they call swivel chair data entry. You know, literally copying info from one screen, pasting it into another, and then spending the rest of the afternoon trying to figure out why the reports don't match up. It's like a hidden tax on your team's productivity.
So what do we call this whole mess? Let's give it a name that fits. We'll call it the digital spaghetti problem. You know what I'm talking about, that tangled, chaotic web of apps and platforms that are supposed to make our lives easier but often end up doing the exact opposite.
And this slide right here gets to the absolute heart of it. Your sales CRM says one thing about revenue, but your accounting software says something totally different. So which one's right? Marketing is targeting one customer list, but sales is working from a version that's just slightly off. These aren't just little mistakes. They are cracks in the very foundation of your business, and they happen because none of your systems are speaking the same language.
This visual really shows the two paths perfectly. Over on the left, you've got that spaghetti mess we've been talking about. Every single app is patched directly into every other app. It is an absolute nightmare to manage, and it breaks constantly. But then, look to the right. The hub and spoke model. Everything connects to one central point. It's clean, it's organized, it's scalable, and it's the way forward.
So how do we get from that spaghetti nightmare to the clean hub? Well, you can't fix what you can't see. The very first step, before you do anything else, is to create a clear, honest map of your current technology landscape.
And it all starts with a pretty simple inventory, just like this one. For every single tool your team uses, you've got to know a few key things. Who's in charge of it? Can we actually connect to it using an API? That's just the tech that lets apps talk to each other. What kind of important data actually lives inside it? And crucially, how often is that data updated?
Here's a little challenge for you. Think about it. Could you actually do it? If you had to pause or you weren't totally sure, that is a crystal clear sign that it's time to build that inventory. You might be seriously surprised by how much shadow IT you find, all that software people are using without any official sign-off.
Okay, so once you have your map laid out, it's time to choose the center of your new organized universe. This is your integration hub, the single point that's going to connect everything else.
What's so great about this is that it lays out your main options really clearly. Look, for a tiny team, connecting a few apps directly, that's point to point, that might be just fine. For a massive enterprise that's swimming in data, a super complex data lake might be the answer. But for most of us, for most growing companies, that hub and spoke model right in the middle, that's the sweet spot. It gives you all the structure you need without the insane cost and complexity of a data lake. And the best part? You don't have to build this thing from scratch. There are some fantastic tools out there designed specifically for this. Platforms like Zapier, Make, Workato, and Trade.io, they act as that central hub, and they let you create these incredibly powerful automations, often without writing a single line of code.
So let's make this real for a second. What does a hub actually do? Just imagine this. A salesperson clicks closed one in the CRM. Boom. Instantly, the hub kicks into gear. A new project is created in your project tool, a draft invoice just pops up in your finance software, and the main company revenue dashboard updates for everyone to see all in real time. All of it automatic. No manual work, just a seamless, beautiful flow of information.
Now, getting your systems connected is a huge step, a massive win. But it's only half the journey. The really crucial part is this. The data that's flowing between those systems has to be clean, consistent, and reliable. Because if it's not, you're just automating a bigger mess faster. One of the biggest enemies of trust in your data is something called latency. It's simply the delay between something happening in one place and being seen everywhere else. Think about it. If your sales dashboard only updates once a day, you're literally making today's decisions based on yesterday's news. High latency can absolutely kill a company's agility.
And the other enemy? Oh, it's duplicate records. This is when John Smith and Jay Smith from the same company exist as two totally different people in your CRM.
This stuff leads to really embarrassing marketing mistakes, totally confused sales reps, and of course, completely unreliable reporting.
To fight this, you need a data quality monitor. Now, this isn't a single product you go buy. It's a set of key metrics that you have to track obsessively. What percentage of the time are your integrations actually up and running? How many minutes does it take for data to sync across your systems? And how many new duplicate records got created yesterday? Tracking these numbers is how you build and maintain trust in your data.
So all of this hard work, the mapping, building the hub, cleaning the data, it all leads to this, the ultimate goal. See, we're not just trying to be more efficient. We're fighting for clarity. We are building one single source of truth for the entire organization.
This right here, this should become your mantra. No more arguing in meetings about whose spreadsheet is the right one. No more fighting over sales numbers versus finance numbers. Just one set of agreed-upon reliable numbers that everyone in the company trusts and uses to make decisions.
And when you finally achieve this, the entire dynamic of the business changes. It really does. Strategy conversations become way more productive. Teams are actually aligned. You stop wasting all that energy debating the data, and you start focusing all of it on what the data is actually telling you about how to grow the business.
So I'll just leave you with this final thought. Right now, hidden inside all those disconnected systems, your business data is telling a story. It's a story about your customers, about your products, and about your biggest opportunities for growth. The story's already there. The only question is, can you finally hear it?